So, for those of you who are actually watching, one person, yeah, I'm doing a last second live stream. I should have planned this hours ago, but I didn't. I wasn't sure if I was going to do one. So, hopefully, a lot of you will see this on the replay. Sorry about the shitty lighting. There's not much I can do about it. What's going on? All right, everybody's jumping on. Renee, Dan Phillips, thank you for the 5x5. I actually wasn't sure whether or not the internet was going to hold up. So, I'm going to change the title of this a little later. But we're definitely, guys, going to discuss a couple of issues that are undoubtedly going to compound a lot of issues. So give me 2 seconds. What's going on, Adriana? Give me 2 seconds. So like I said, I wasn't going to do this live stream tonight. But I was, obviously I'm in Kentucky, as you guys can see the bedroom behind me, or the bed behind me. I was talking to Jason, who's running the Kentucky Sustainable Living, and he was like, "Yeah, you should do a quick live stream, mention what's going on." So far, what I saw, the setup today was pretty good. There are a lot of interesting people here, so it's not too bad. So let's get it out of the way, guys. Maverick Pro Videos, nice one. Thank you for the 5x5. Angryprepper, thank you for the 5x5. Timothy, Rev Rebel, thank you for the 5x5. Yes, the baby face is back. Where is Kentucky? Lord Jar Jar, thank you for the 5x5. So, again, this is sort of last minute. There's no thumbnail for this. I'm going to have a thumbnail later after the video is done, after this is done. I'm going to try to pull an hour, if not. Nothing tonight on the Angry Truth channel. Or maybe I will. I'll touch on that, the Angry Truth, right after this for about a half hour or so. But again, guys, so Russia right now, they got some shit going on over there. And I don't like where that's going, only because I think Putin is going to be slick enough to start blaming NATO for this, even though it is ISIS and Hamas that are attacking them. That can go sideways. That can be the saving grace for a lot of the world, or at least it'll stop him from threatening to nuke us, because he's got enemies within attacking him. So it's raining here. I know it's not as bad as the Northeast. I hear you guys are getting hammered with rain. The drive here was fun. It was 13 hours. I took my time, and I still got here on time. I mean, when I stopped off at places, I took like 20 minutes, or 10 minutes, and then I was back on the road. And with all the racing down here, I still got here on time. I think I collapsed the time by like 5 minutes or some shit like that. Anyway, so that's not pretty. I mean, what's going on in Russia, guys, is interesting. More is going to unfold. We'll absolutely start following that, and we're going to talk about something on the Angry Truth channel tonight that I really that needs to be addressed. But it's in regarding how migrants are allowed to vote in D.C. We're going to talk about that later tonight on the Angry Truth channel. What I want to talk about mainly is this migrant crisis is at a whole new level now, right? So it's not, we're no longer, guys, like just complaining about the crisis and them coming across the border and flooding through the gates. A lot of you saw that video on the migrants at the border, the Texas border, and it was like 100 of them. They rushed the guards and then ran up to that other fence. That's bad. And the problem is the rest of the world saw that. And the rest of the world now is looking at it like, well, shit, they're not even shooting at them. Right? And so what is that going to do now? What's going on, Rick? So you're going to have more migrants pulling that kind of shit off. And that's undoubtedly going to be bad. But that in itself is an entirely different situation. And this is, guys, and it's proving to be an invasion, right? These people are coming here with this entitlement on their shoulders. They're wearing it actually like a badge of honor. And they're coming here demanding to be let in. And when they're not let in, they rush the gates. They rush the guards. Now, there are calls for the National Guards to start shooting them. That's a rough one, because to shoot unarmed people, I don't know, man. That's a rough one. But taking people out for claiming your home, I'm on board with that. That I'm wholeheartedly on board with. We saw this migrant, right? This kid is calling for other migrants to take over homes. Sorry about the wobbly camera. This table is not the best. Anyway, we're watching migrants, guys, take homes over, and that is not good, right? This kid is a famous TikToker. I think his name is like Moreno or something. That's his last name. And he was the same TikToker that a few months ago told people to start a GoFundMe for that kid that shot at tourists on 42nd Street a couple months ago. And he's like that he didn't deserve to be arrested. This is this kid. This is the same kid that's now telling people to take homes and live there. And his excuse in an interview, his excuse was, and I love this shit, his excuse was, for migrants not to be a burden and live on the streets, we must take homes and live in them. Must take them. So again, guys, people are catching on to this idea, and they're like, man, we must take homes. The audacity for Kentucky AG, can't wait to meet you. The audacity for this kid to sit there and think that he's going to take homes because they don't want to be a burden on us is fucking complete bullshit. Wrong fucking phone. Fuck. Hold on. So I saved a couple of articles that I wanted to talk about. But again, guys, this same kid claims that 7 homes were taken by his African friends. And it's just bad that now they're looking at homes, they're lurking in homes, they're lurking at homes, they're like, all right, that's on sale, let's go in there. Okay, so now they're inside. Now they could doctor up some shit and be like, oh, we've been here for a month. And no one's going to know, right? Other than the neighbors. The neighbors will know. Yeah, and so the same, right, listen, the same TikTok, but when you watch the video, yo, if anybody on this planet ever had a punchable face, that is the kid. That kid has a very punchable face. I mean, not even punchable. You want to punt him. You want to punt his head like a fucking football, this kid. And the way he explains in the video on why they should take the homes, you're just like, yo, punt this kid across the fucking room. Like, take his fucking head like a little football and boop, and punt that shit. So anyway, 2 bad things happen in regards to this, in this whole squatting situation, guys, that is getting inherently worse. Yeah, same here, Kentucky Sustainable Living. And listen, thank you for inviting me, by the way. I appreciate it. By the way, his wife made a lasagna that was out of control. Actually, she made a lasagna that was out of control, and she made a chocolate cake, which I love, which was out of control. And all of it was made from every ingredient that they make there. That's the definition of like fresh, home cooked meal. Out of control, man. Yo, it was the shit. Anyway, let me find this stupid fucking article. But there was a lot that was being said, and of course, so here's the other deal. What's his name? Eric Adams. Eric Adams stated that he can't do anything. He's like, he can't change this law. He can't. This guy is the worst mayor on the planet. Obviously, a lot of you know, especially those of you that live in New York City. He sits there and he plays the woe is me card. And he was woe is meing like you wouldn't fucking believe. He was sitting there like, well, I can't stop the buses from coming here because that's a federal offense. This fucking guy is worried about federal offense. Forget about saving the city. He's worried about federal charges from who? Who's going to lock you up? Nobody. But anyway, this douche sat there and dumped everything back on the administration. And this guy fucking, what's his name, with the black Indian bullshit. I'm like, yo, seriously, give it up. You sound retarded saying that shit. That's number one. Two, give it up. The land was taken. It's gone. We have the fortitude and the experience now to fight to keep this land, because unfortunately we lose this land, guys, and so does the Native Americans, right? Whatever land they were going to get back, it's going to be completely gone, utterly gone. So people are going to have to choose a side, because this fight that's coming, man, it's not looking good. So excuse me while I read this. Migrant influencer calls for all Venezuelans to beg for money and unite for support for the team in Times Square. That was the Times Square kid. This guy's name is Leonel Moreno. I had the last name right. This kid has 500,000 TikTokers, by the way. 500,000 followers. Sorry. So he has a large following. This kid's a migrant himself. Thank you for the donation, man. Appreciate it, Mike. Thank you for the donation. So this kid has a large following on his own. Give me 2 seconds. All right, so now I can see this a lot better. So, and this kid, when you watch the videos of him, like, yo, you just want to smash him in the fucking face. Like, yo, seriously, smash him in the face. Yeah, God, I've never seen a person. There have been people you want to punch in the face. This kid has, like I said, very punchable face. If you look up this kid, just type in migrant TikToker, he pops up as number one. So again, he sits there and he tells the migrant community that you need to take these homes so that you don't live on the streets. You need to take these homes so that you have somewhere to live. Oh, God. It's only going to get worse, guys, because the problem is you got NYPD locking up homeowners instead of the people who broke into your home. Now, apparently, I'm confused about the laws as to breaking an entry. Right? You break into somebody's home, you're now trespassing. But somehow trespassing turns into home ownership. Because if that's the case, guys, why don't we storm the White House and start squatting in there? Why don't we hit these politicians' private homes and start squatting in there? And granted, they said the house wasn't occupied. That's why they were allowed to squat in it. That's bullshit. Listen, we had a lady just a day or two ago was found in a duffel bag. Richard, thank you for the donation. Was found in a duffel bag because squatters had offed her. So they offed her, they stuffed her in a duffel bag, they stayed in the apartment for a couple more days. The son gets worried about the mother because she didn't contact them back, didn't call. They wind up doing a wellness check or something to that regards, and the cops wind up finding her body in a duffel bag. Now, what I find interesting about this story, guys, is that they are not stating whether these two suspects or potential suspects were migrants. I think they were. So what happened with the lady, she wound up getting hit in the head. I guess she surprised them. She might have scared them. They whacked her over the head. She died. And they stayed a couple more days, and then they left. They took her car, and they crashed it in PA somewhere. So again, guys, so yes, about fighting back, buns. Obviously, we're going to have to. And this is where things get even more interesting, guys, because if we fight back, they're going to ultimately pit us against one another. And they're pitting us, and listen, not so much that they're pitting us. The migrants are doing 90% of the work right now. because, like I said, they're right. So they're sitting there and they're just taking homes from people. Anyway, so this is the article I was looking for, right? TikToker tells illegal immigrants how to invade American homes and invoke squatters' rights. And in the video, in this infamous video, he goes, I did the research, I looked it up. He said it in Spanish or whatever kind of Spanish that was. And he goes, a migrant TikToker with 500,000 strong online following is offering his comrades tips on how to invade unoccupied homes and invoke squatters' rights in the United States. Venezuelan national Leonel Moreno, who appears to live in suburbs of Columbus, Ohio, said in a recent video that under U.S. law, if a house is not inhabited, we can seize it. This is him telling his people this. We can seize it. He appears to be referring to the adverse possession laws, commonly known as squatters' rights, which there are certain states, guys, I don't know how you can pull this off, but if you can squat in a home for 10 years, then the home is yours kind of deal. And I think that's like Colorado, that's a few states. I forgot what state it was. But in New York, in states like New York, or cities like New York, it's 30 days. Matter of fact, there was a lady who rented a Airbnb. She rented a room through Airbnb. And she stayed in the room, and she rented the room for 31 days. Come the 32nd day, she stopped paying rent, or she stopped paying for the room. And she told the lady to go ahead and kick me out. She said she couldn't because now I have squatters' rights. But she didn't say squatters' rights, she said something else. And the lady was like, no shit. So the lady, the homeowner, winds up calling the cops. And the cops get there, and she's videoing the whole thing. And the cops get there, and the cops are like, there's nothing we can do. She's been here for 30-something days now. You can't kick her out. She's legitimately your roommate living rent-free, eating her food and shit. And the craziness about it, I forgot what state that was in. I'm pretty sure someone's going to put it on here. The craziness about it is one of these states, I do not remember which one, guys, but you also have to have food in the fridge for them. That was the crazy shit about it. I'm pretty sure I didn't misunderstand that because I remember hearing that and I was staring at the fucking screen like, is this fucking happening? This fucking person sat there and rented the place out through Airbnb for 31 days. Gets to the 32nd day, stops paying for the room, and then starts eating out of this lady's fridge. Come to find out that she also has to keep the utilities on and food in the fridge. Meaning she has to fucking feed this person because if this person gets injured, or not injured, but is malnourished or something, she could be blamed for that. I'm like, yo, it's easier to fucking just throw these people on the fucking bottom of a river somewhere with 2 fucking concrete boots on. Done. Like, these people, there are people out there who are going out of their way to make your life a living hell. And that is one way to do it. So anyway, this asshole is now telling his followers, start taking homes. Now, some places, guys, they're going to let you do it. They're going to let you, you're going to walk all over them. You're going to go inside. You're going to take the home. You're going to tell who's ever in that home, it's my house now. And they're going to be like, oh, and they're going to leave. And then you're going to run into other people who are going to legitimately break your legs. And those are the people that we need more of. Now, a lot of you heard the story of the lady in Queens who got arrested because there were squatters in her $1 million home, and she tried to get them out. And when she changed the locks, the cops locked her up because she changed the locks and didn't give them a key. The lady went to jail, but she was probably in and out in no time. But nonetheless, she got arrested. And vigilantes went to the house and seized it. Now, I mentioned that in Wednesday's midweek report. But I was talking to Prepper Revelator, and he reminded me about the situation. And so these vigilantes went to the house and got these people out of there. I don't know what they did or what they said. I'm not even sure the people made it out of the house in one piece. Nonetheless, it worked. But we need more of that. But anyway, goes back to the whole thing, guys, that some people agree with the squatters' rights. I'm talking about American citizens. Talking about the American citizens that are like, well, if the if the home is unoccupied, it's available. Why don't you just move somebody in it? Well, shit, man. Then the home of my dreams, I should be able to sneak into, and for 30 days live there, hide out in the house somewhere, and claim that I lived there for 30 days. Because I think a lot of these migrants are going to start lying about how long they've been there. I think they all are lying about how long they've been there. Right? So with that, guys, if you own property, you better be checking it frequently. When I mean frequently, I'm talking about at least once a week now. Go out of your way and check this house, or have somebody check that house for you. Because this is going to get bad, and it's going to look like a civil war, except for you can't call it a civil war because, well, they're not citizens of the United States. They're migrants. They're illegal immigrants. They're freeloaders, whatever you want to call them. Someone mentioned freeloaders earlier in the chat. So what are you going to do? Right? What are you going to do? So, unfortunately, guys, we're going to see an increase in violence. That's just what it is. And some of that I definitely understand. You move into my home, you tell me that the house is yours, you're yelling at me to get out, and it's my home. There's some fucked up shit that's going to happen to you. That's it. You know, just short of me doing something tricky to the home, something's going to happen to you. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for the donation. Is it Amaria? Amira. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. So again, guys, this is not looking good. Here's the other problem that I ran into. Not that I ran into, but I noticed. The illegal immigrants can now own firearms. And not so much they can own them, but they can actually keep the ones they have. So we have an illegal immigrant, guys, that was arrested in Illinois. And the migrant didn't come up with this excuse. His lawyer did, like I said in my video on the Angry Truth channel. Was it the Angry Truth channel? Shit, this shit's starting to get blurred together. But anyway, and he comes up with the excuse because of the riots, he needed a firearm to protect himself. Okay. So now the Supreme Court judge in Illinois states that the Second Amendment protects illegal immigrants, even though Title Code 18 of the U.S. Criminal Code states non-citizens are banned from possessing firearms and ammunition, or to receive any firearm or ammunition which has been shipped or transported in interstate or foreign commerce. That's what he was being charged with too. And for some reason, the judge looked at Title 18, and looked at the Second Amendment and goes, fuck it. He's protected by the Second Amendment even though he's an illegal immigrant. The Second Amendment, guys, is not afforded to illegal immigrants. What she did and how she made that judgment was illegal. That was an illegal judgment. And the thing is, nothing's going to happen. Why? Because she was appointed by the Obamas. Or Barack Obama, rather, sorry. So, there's definitely going to be a fight. How bad is that going to get? I think it's going to get bad. And I hope it gets bad. Because entitled people coming to this country... Listen, I can't stand entitled people as it is. Americans, whatever nationality you are, I don't care. I hate entitled people. And there is some kind of entitlement to certain things that we do in life. But when you come from another country and you come here and you sue the United States because they didn't find you a home fast enough, which a father and daughter just did 2 weeks ago, you take people's homes and say that you were living in it for 30 days so that you have squatters' rights and no one can kick you out. You start crying about the conditions of the food here, even though you were on the road for 3 months eating shit. But for some reason, a turkey and cheese sandwich is not good enough for you. Their entitlement is out of control and it needs to be checked. They come here in some annoying fashion of inundating the border with their bullshit. They flood the gates. They rush Border Patrol. And we're supposed to sit here and feel sorry for them? We're supposed to play the woe is me card? Something ain't right. So obviously, guys, this is all a setup. I mean, there's no ifs and buts about it. This is a definite fucking setup, and this is definitely bringing the country down. And if we don't start fighting, then we lost. It's theirs. It's theirs for the taking. Listen, man, they're migrants who came here a couple years ago that are like, fuck these new migrants. You know, they're like, fuck these dudes. Because the migrants that came years before them, they're working. They got jobs. They're supporting their family. They're starting businesses. They're doing whatever needs to be done to make money. And they're doing it the correct way, even though they are illegal. But this new group that's here, they're requesting and demanding things that they do not deserve. And they do not deserve the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. The only thing they deserve is food and water, human rights, air to breathe. That's it. There's a lot going on with this. And again, I could see why this is I could see why this is turning in, why this is going in the direction it's going in. I absolutely can. But something's got to be done. We can't sit here and keep arguing about this, or talking about it, rather. I mean, the other side of that coin is, I know what the solution is, but how many people are going to jump on that solution? How many people are going to back it up if something needs to be done? That's the problem. I know what the solution is. The solution is to start hammering these people out. The solution is to meet them at the border and go all out. The solution is to make it hard for them to get here. Barbed wires, broken glass, alligator moats, you name it, man. Fucking a moat with razor blades at the bottom of it with alcohol poured in it. Like, there's a lot of things we can do to stop it, but nothing's being done. But as citizens, what do? Can we fight that? And we can. But how many people are going to jump on board? I don't know, man. I don't know. A mighty warrior, exactly. J6 scared everyone straight. That's and again, part of me starts to believe that was done on purpose to scare people. Their dude's still like not missing, but like not. They're not getting. They're doing jail time. And everybody's like, "Well, I don't want to do jail time." Well, listen, man, they can't get all of us. They can't. They're trying, but they can't. And they are picking people off one at a time, and they're continuously getting more people locked up and sent to jail over this J6 shit. So I don't know if they're starting this up to keep people in line for the elections come later this year. I don't know if they're actually like the one chick that got locked up for touching the desk at the Capitol. She didn't break in. She walked through the doors like everyone else. She touched a table, and the FBI visited her. I think they locked her up. I don't think she's going to do serious time, but they still went out of their way to waste taxpayer dollars to grab this chick for touching a desk. There are dudes touching kids' pee-pees, and they're doing way less time and getting let go on bail. This chick touched a desk, and they went after her. Let's keep that in mind. And I'm not advocating touching kids' pee-pees. I'm just saying, I'm making a comparison that people are doing more heinous shit and getting cut loose. I mean, supposedly the people that were in charge for the body parts that were cut up on Long Island, they got charged and then kicked loose. They're gone. They're in the wind now. It seems like, guys, when it comes to American citizens, we do anything, we have to pay bail, we have to post bail, and we have to actually follow the rules. Migrants, on the other hand, or illegals, or I'm sorry for calling them migrants. These illegal immigrants, they get busted and they're in the wind. It's fucking amazing what's going on. And you know what, guys? Maybe getting arrested is worth it. Fuck it. But if we get arrested, I'm going to get arrested with like a bunch of people. I don't want to get arrested by myself, be the only asshole in the fucking jail, like, oh, I thought they were going to show up, but something's got to be done. We can't just sit here, guys, and we can't just sit here and continue to let this happen. I just don't know Where else to go? And Tony, you're right. Rules are out the door. We are under attack. This is one big invasion. I mean, just imagine, man, doing this at any other border in any part of the world. They would have lit you the fuck up after you got past the Claymore mines, and the barbed wire fence and the alligator moats, and the fucking midgets with clown masks on, fucking trying to scare the shit out of you. I mean, like, after you got through all of that, and then they shot you. Wear your mask, be a hero. Yeah, that might be the option. But I don't know, man. This shit ain't looking good. You got California right now lining up migrants to get homes, or making the path easier to get homes. Again, you got illegal immigrants now being able to carry firearms in Illinois, which now, guys, if you live in Illinois, you should be able to carry a firearm. That was actually a groundbreaking case. This lady not only protected migrants, she also protected American citizens, making it that every American citizen that lives in Illinois can carry a firearm without any kind of registration or any kind of process. Just buy a gun, according to this case. She threw everything out of the window, and she also simultaneously opened up a can of worms. Because now, for every guy or every African American man, Spanish man, and even some white guys who are arrested for having an illegal firearm on them, all they have to do now is go back to all of those cases, and all of those guys are going to get let loose. Every last guy that was carrying a firearm is probably going to get let loose now because of this fucking case. Because all of these guys have to do, man, especially gangbangers, be like, yo, I had to protect myself from that guy over there. Chucho's fucking part of the Tijuana Club. And the Tijuana Club's always threatening us and calling us niggers, And then they're like, you know what? You need a protection. And then this kid gets free. And that can definitely set off a cascade effects of criminals being freed. Again, if some of these kids that are locked up in jail are smart and some of these lawyers are smart, they're going to start getting their clients freed. But this is just like insanity. It's insanity what this judge did, and I don't even think she realized what she did, and I don't think she cares. Why? Because the Democratic Party is a wrecking ball. They are here. This new group is here to wreck this country. That's all they're here for. And it's funny, right? I'm out here in Middle America, or almost Middle America, and I don't think Kentucky's considered Middle America. But anyway, I'm out here, and I'm enjoying just this peace and quiet, right? There's no fucking Spanish music playing. There's no fucking, Spanish music blasting out of a fucking car. There's no Negroes hanging out in the corner blasting shit rap music. I don't have to see a fucking million migrants lined up fucking asking for, please, sir, can I get some more porridge? Right? I don't have to deal with that bullshit. There's barely any traffic out here. Though everybody out here drives like they're fucking Stevie Wonder. I don't know what they're looking at. They do drive slow. The only downside. And here you can own a firearm without having to worry about anything. I like this. But all of this shit is going to start closing in on Middle America. Everybody in Middle America thinks they're safe. Maybe for the next 10, 20 years, 30 years tops. But the walls are going to start closing in. And then what? Where are you going to go? Mexico? Let's go back across the border and get away from the migrants. Let's go to Venezuela because they're all leaving, Angryprepper is cussing too much. Some people, they never learn. But anyway, point is, guys, this is a shit show, and this shit show's only going to get worse. In fact, if I touched on it already, in Washington, D.C., they made it so that migrants can vote. Where do you think that's going to go, guys? That now migrants can vote in Washington, D.C.? They're going to flood the Maryland area and Virginia area so that migrants can vote in Washington, D.C., so that they can get their comatose leader elected again. I guarantee you. And the worst part about migrants voting, guys, is there's no ID needed. So fucking Juan Valdez can walk in 45 times and his last name will change every time he walks in. Didn't you walk in a half hour ago? No, that was my cousin. That was Juan Valdez. I'm Juan Vinois, you know, and they're like, Vinois, what are you, fucking French? Well, that's my name, and then he votes. Then he goes out, comes back in. He has his hat tilted to the side this time. He walks in and he votes again. And he says his name is Miguel Sanchez. And they're like, dude, I'm pretty sure you're the first guy. But they don't care because the Democratic Party is looking to tank this country. And guys, this civil war is not going to be Union versus Confederate. It's going to be Republicans, conservatives versus Democrats. Because Democrats are going out of their way to fuck this country in the ass. Big time. I've never seen so many blatantly sabotaging effects on this country as we're seeing with these judges. The shit they're pulling. You got migrants coming over here demanding shit. We got a shitstorm. Possibly, we got Putin on a daily basis now threatening nuclear war because NATO. He's preparing to go to war with NATO. He doesn't have the manpower to go to war with NATO. He threw too many of his guys in the Ukraine war, and somehow he's going to muster up more dudes to fight NATO. There's something wrong with Putin. I'm sorry. There's no way that this guy's going to be able to tackle two wars. He can't. He doesn't have the manpower unless the Chinese jump in. And the Chinese don't want to fucking any kind of war. The Chinese are using a Russian as cannon fodder. Cannon fodder. It's what he's using them. It's what the Chinese are doing. The Chinese they're smart. They're sitting back and they're watching Putin talk shit, threaten nuclear war, talk about fighting with NATO. And the Chinese are just sitting back there ching-chonging, you know, eating wonton soup and fucking watching Bruce Lee movies while fucking Putin runs his mouth off and possibly gets himself into another war. I don't know, man. It's all falling apart. I mean, it's seemingly like for everybody evenly, which is not bad. Well, end of days. This is definitely some says Putin has a plan. No, he doesn't. Putin doesn't have a fucking plan. Please. Everybody seems like Putin's a superhero. Putin is a KGB infiltrating snake. He's good at this. He's good at getting people on his side. He's good at getting simple-minded people on his side. Simple-minded people look at Putin and go, man, you hear what he's saying? That makes sense. Yes, boss, I will follow you to the end. Simple-minded people. Simple-minded people will look at Putin as a hero. Simple-minded people will look at Biden as a hero. Simple-minded people will look at politicians as heroes. Simple. Simple-minded people like the Chinese president think he's a rock star. Simple-minded people agree with politicians across the board. There are people who actually like AOC and think she's a hero. Simple-minded people. There's only one person we should be putting our all into, but nobody wants to hear that. And Donald Trump is not the answer, guys. Donald Trump will lessen the pain, but he's not the answer, right? And I know a lot of people like, well, what about Trump? Trump's not the answer. Trump is not going to cure this fucking country. He's going to slow the bleeding down, but he's not going to stop it. There's no fucking way he can repair this cancer-ridden body we call the United States. The Democrat has gone in full retard and wrecked this country so bad that when Trump gets in, he's going to have so much to fix, it's not even going to be funny. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a heart attack from the stress he's going to endure when he gets back in office. And listen, they're going to try tooth and nail to have him not go in the office. Tooth and nail. If they have migrants, guys, voting in this election with no ID, what do you think that's going to look like come November? It's not good. Is all I can say. It's not good at all. I don't know, man. It's just like I said. And yes, end of the days, the damage is done. Now, can we fix it as a people? We can if we stop looking at politicians as our saviors. Well, Ace William, yeah, we have to help Trump, but Trump is not the answer. We are the answer. The problem is, guys, and I don't really care who I offend at this point, but we all got to stop being fucking assholes about politicians. They are not going to save us. We are going to save ourselves. We are going to save this country, not the other way around. Not the AOCs, not the Trump, not the Bidens. Us. We save this country. The problem is, guys, is that we had politicians sneakily, that's a word, put us in a corner, and everything we do has to be done through them. They set up those laws so that everything that is done through them and no other way. We need to take back that power from them by force. However the fuck that looks like, man. However that looks like, we got to take this. We got to take that back by force, and not sitting there, and not sitting there and go, well, sir, you got to fill out form A, B, and C, and then skip E and F, but go right to X and Z. When you fill out those forms, then you send it back to us, and in 2 weeks you'll get it. No, we don't need that. What we need is a result now. And the result now is us doing some shit that's going to scare politicians into working for us. We need them to be scared of us, not the other way around. We don't need to be scared of J6. They need to be scared that J6 will happen again. That's what we need to do. How are we going to do that? Like I said, I have solutions. Nobody wants to hear those answers. Blue Vandal, what's going on, man? I feel like you've been missing for a long time. Anyway, what's up? What are red flag laws? Anne Marie's asking what are red flag laws. I cannot think off the top of my head what they are. But somebody will answer for me. No red tape, just duct tape. Right, exactly, Tony. No red tape. I don't know, man. Like I said, shitty spot we're in. And there are other countries that are in worse spot than we are, but we are definitely in a shitty spot. So, guys, do me a favor, if you don't mind, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. The thumbs up or thumbs down helps out with the algorithm, believe it or not. Leaving a comment in the comment section also helps out with the algorithm. YouTube likes to change their little things all the time, and so there's always something new that you got to do, So, whatever. The Truth Lady. I can't tell you what my solutions are here, but on Rumble I can. I can tell you what the solutions are. That might even get me kicked off of Rumble. But just to say, it's not letting these people go another year above ground. That's what I mean. That is the only solution right now, is a fight. And scaring. Now, you know what? And not even going that far. Just scaring the shit out of them. Taking it back. Seizing the houses. The people seizing the houses. And taking it back. Putting politicians who are going to do right by us. Us staying behind the politicians, making sure that they don't do the wrong thing. That's what we need to do. I don't know. It's this fucking room has bugs in it. And I got a stink bug over here crawling up and down the curtain. I'm going to kick him out of here when I'm done with the video. But anyway, the live stream, I mean, sorry. But still, guys, something has to be done. This can't be the answer. We can't be sitting here fucking just letting this country get destroyed and then going, well, it's the Democrats' fault, it's the Republicans' fault. Fuck them. Both of them. They're done. No, not cannibalism. We're not going to go that far. That's crazy talk right now. We're not going to turn into Haiti. I'm not talking about going that far. I'm just saying that this shit needs to be done. Or we start making up our own parties and electing our own members. We can do that too. That's another option. Maybe people don't want to hear that. Who knows, man? But we have a lot of options. We don't have a little bit of options. We do have a lot, guys. And I think that's starting another party and us backing that party 1,000%. Also, going after the rich, the elites, they are 1,000% behind this whole issue, this whole problem we're having. We could definitely go behind that. Fucking barbecue. Fucking Haiti, man. I mean, listen, that's a different animal altogether. And again, not worried about Haiti. What's going on in Haiti sucks, but that's not our fucking problem. Really isn't, you know? And listen, guys, as far as it getting horrible and out of control and bad, what we need to do moving forward, guys, is continue to prep. Keep buying your canned goods. Keep checking your gear. Buy new shit if you have to. Look at new technology in the solar generator field. Buy a new generator if your shit is old. Start upgrading your shit because I think shit's going to get out of control, and you're going to want to have you're going to have better gear to go into this shit. Used gear is not bad either if you have it, you know. Going with an old school truck instead of a new modern truck. If you can buy yourself an old school pickup or SUV, go with it, man. Start getting your preps in order because this is going to be bad. This is going to be fucking and listen, and not bad like nightmarish. At least not yet, but it's going to turn into a doozy. As far as Civil War guys go, I don't know. I mean, I can see some kind of fighting happening in this country without a doubt. Do I see nuclear war happening like Putin keeps saying? Not really. I should have got it when it was like eye level. Now it's in God's country, the bug, and I'm like, fuck. I got to get it before I go to sleep. But he's been hanging about this window. And he's been hanging up there because it's so cold in here. But anyway, I'll worry about that in a little bit. DFL, don't worry about him, guys. He's just another troll. That's what he is. And listen, again, trolls add to my views. Trolls add to the money that we make. So it's good. Trolls are right. People like trolls are bad. Trolls break balls. Fuck that shit. Darren Phillips, I don't care for bugs. Like outdoors, I'm all about it. But indoors, I can't stand bugs indoors. But I mean, again, it's a stink bug, so it's not like it's nothing that I have to worry about. I just fucking hate watching the wall move. That's all, you know. And I don't think you can eat this bug. I'm pretty sure you can't. But he's been minding his business all day. He's been in this room with me all day. We've been chilling together, the bug and I. You know. Well, yeah, Adriana, Civil War, and I mean, yeah, there is. I'm sorry. Let me walk back what I said earlier. There's definitely a civil war. Now, is it going to be with the Democrats that are crying over Trump winning, or is that going to be with the migrants? Again, if it's with the migrants, you really can't call it a civil war because they're not citizens of this country. They're invaders. So it's going to be some kind of a fight. I just don't know what to call it. But I know you can't call it a civil war. You know? But because you're spiritually blind. You know what's funny? Off topic. A lot of people on YouTube, like in the comment section, they always tell me and preppers like me or YouTubers like me, you don't know what the truth is. You don't know what's going on. Your eyes are not open. You need to get a third eye and see into the future. I'm like, shut the fuck up, you hack. We don't know, for the most part, what's going on. Anybody that claims to know what is going on is full of dog dick in their ass because they're fucking lying. We don't have a fucking clue. Now, on a spiritual level, can you figure out certain things? Absolutely. But as far as what's going on, can't really tell. This fucking jerk is texting me now for. Oh, still on this bullshit. I made a comment about Pepsi being an American drink versus Coke being a communist drink, and it was a joke. And he sends me, one of the guys from the firehouse sends me these articles about fucking Pepsi and Coke and all this other crazy shit. Anyway, it's fun. Dave, man, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. So, I don't know, man. Again, there's so many people that just like I know what's gonna happen, and I'm like, shut up, you fucking clown. Like seriously, it's fucking enough with the clown world bullshit. I know the truth. And then when you ask them for the truth, well, I can't tell you, then you don't know. You know how many people like they say, I know what's really going on? Well, then enlighten me. Tell me what's going on. And then they'll say some outlandish shit like fucking Rosie O'Donnell aliens are running the planet, man. And they're controlling all of the people in the House and the Senate, and Biden's an alien, but he's really a Rosie O'Donnell alien in disguise. Like, shut up. Seriously. You know, like there's too many whack jobs out there that think they know what the fuck is up. I suspect certain things. I cannot tell you what is up exactly. I wish I could. Because if I could tell you what was going down or what it is, I would be the fucking smartest man in the world. You know? I mean, do I have my speculations on certain things? Absolutely I do. You know, there's without a doubt there's a conspiracy to destroy this country. That's no longer conspiracy, it's actually happening. That's a fact. The fact that the Democrats are letting migrants in full force to destroy this country is a fact. But as far as to the exact method on why they're doing this, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't fucking tell you. My buddy went hiding again. He's missing. Anyway, I'll find him later. What city in Kentucky? I'm in Bowling Green. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm in Bowling Green. And it's funny, like when you hear city and people like, oh, you know, you're in the city. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in Bowling Green. I'm like, there's not a fucking tall building in sight. Like, because I grew up in New York City and around cities, you know, every time you mention city, I think of tall buildings, skyscrapers, and shit like that. And then you come to a city like Bowling Green, you know, or Lexington. It's just like Lexington has had tall buildings, like if I'm not mistaken. But cities like this, like you know, it's like a town. It's like a big town, you know. But whatever. It's cool here. It's nice, you know. Enough people. Like when I was in West Virginia, everybody stares at you, and you know. And the one thing about West Virginia is that you don't know if they're staring at you because you're black or because you're fucking from New York, you know. So you get you when at least with me, it's like are they looking at me and they're like, you know, in their heads are like the sheriff is near, you know, kind of shit, or they're looking at me like this New York fucking asshole. What is he doing here? Is he buying land? You know, because there was enough people from the Northeast buying land in like uh, West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee. There was enough of us buying land. So now every time someone sees a New Yorker, I can't tell if they're looking at me because I'm a New Yorker or because I'm fucking black. You know, but it was interesting, to say the least. This guy's on a trapezing, what you call it there, the fucking bug. Anyway, with that, guys, this election season, I think it's going to be pretty painful. We're going to see a lot of fucked up shit. You know, again, like that shit in Russia that went down. That was fucking bad. Like, there's video of what those guys are doing, and there's videos of them shooting people. It's bad. Richard Brown. Richard Brown, where are you? Because again, I'm in Bowling Green, and I'm leaving. I think I'm either leaving Sunday night or Monday morning. I don't know when I'm leaving. All right, my man. One of the guys from the firehouse just texted me a article. I'm going to read it to you guys now. So, a bill was filed to prevent squatters from having rights in New York. This is stemming from the Queens thing. Let's see. New York Eyewitness News has report on a growing squatter problem, and now some lawmakers are taking action. New York has a history of passing some of the toughest laws in the countries that are meant to protect honest tenants from greedy landlords. Bullshit. But some lawmakers say that the laws have gone too far. They also allow dishonest tenants to take advantage of free housing for years. State Assembly from Long Island filed a bill that would make it easier for homeowners to remove a squatter from the property. There is a downside to that. There's always a downside to shit like this. But let's start at this being good news. This has come after Eyewitness News exclusively reported a homeowner in Queens who was arrested for changing the locks on a home. Changing the locks on the men she said were squatting in a home. We also report weeks prior for another family in Douglaston who has been unable to move into a $2 million home they purchased due to a man who refuses to leave. In New York, if you call the police on someone who moved into your home, actually it's called breaking and entering, but whatever, moved into your home without permission, if they claim to be a tenant, they can't be arrested for trespassing. Instead, the owner has to take them to court to evict them. The average eviction in the city takes about 2 years to complete. 2 fucking years. That's insane. That's insanity. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Upside down world, says New York State Assembly Jack. I can't pronounce that last name. A Republican representing the District 15. Now, again, this is a Republican putting this bill together. That means this bill isn't going to pass. There's no way. In New York, squatters have rights after 30 days. That means the property owner can't change the locks on them, can't remove their belongings, and can't cut off the utilities. Imagine paying for utilities that you're not using. That's infuriating, especially the heating bill and the electric bill. So that means they could leave all the lights on all the time, and you could be paying $1,000 or so a month because those assholes are fucking jacking up your shit. Anyway, that's insanity. Okay, sorry. If they do, the owner could be arrested. Instead, property owners must go through court system to get rid of them. Like you said, now you're paying 2 years of this bullshit. This is a real clown world. Anyway, guys, sorry. People can stay in a home for years without having justice brought to them for essentially staying for free and making the homeowner pay the bills. His newly filed bill is pretty simple. It states that a tenant does not include squatters. It also gives some rights after 45 days, not 30 days, as many short-term rentals in New York are required to be 30 days long. We make sure squatters can't take advantage of the law. That's all we're doing. This bill would allow police to intervene and make arrests instead of having to go through the lengthy court process. Lawmakers recently passed a similar bill in Florida. The bill is now on the governor's desk for approval. In Florida, they're going to pass that bill. In New York, I don't think they are. So, Tommy Hands, thank you for the, if you're watching this, thank you for the article. That was pretty cool. So, that being said, guys, I'm going to go off the air in about 2 minutes. Adriana, thank you for the heads up. Where is my friend? Oh, all right. So anyway, I'm going to head over to the Angry Truth channel. I'm probably going to do about 15 minutes on there, or I'm going to try to do 15 minutes on there. We're going to talk about the... did I spell Kentucky wrong? How the fuck did I do that? No wonder guys are breaking my balls about Kentucky. I'm like, why are they spelling Kentucky that way? Because I spelled it that way. Fucking shit. I was wondering why guys were breaking my balls about the way it was spelled. I'm like, why are they spelling Kentucky that way? Because the idiot spelled it wrong. I'm going to fix it afterwards. Anyway, this is so fucked. This is such bullshit. This DFW can't read very well. DFL, I can't. I'm illiterate. I read like a retard. It's okay. I got through that article in one piece. This motherfucker. I'm going to kill him. Anyway. Yo, I don't like, and you know what? I don't like shit behind me, you know? Your idiot ass anger? Or did you mean you idiot ass nigger? What did you really mean by that? I don't like those. Your insults are whack, dude. You got whack ass insults. Anyway. Yeah, I can't believe I spelt that wrong. It was fucking weird. I mean, I was rushing to get this started, to be fair. But anyway. So, yes, on the Angry Truth, we're going to talk about... Where the fuck is it? I forgot what the fuck we were going to talk about. Oh, so next week we're going to talk about Blue Cities being done. Because, yeah, man, they're toast, dude. But I had a fucking list here. I don't know where the fucking list is. Anyway, we're going to talk about more migrant shit. That's basically what we're going to be talking about. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Da-da-da-da-da. Why can't I find it? That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about migrants being allowed to vote in D.C. in more detail, actually. And also, we're going to talk about what's going to happen for November. I definitely see bad things happening in November, without a doubt. Anyway, guys, with that being said, I'm going to go off the air. I'm going to head over to the Angry Truth channel. I'm going to try to spell Kentucky right this time. And I'll see you guys over. I'll see some of you guys over there. The rest of you guys I'll see next week. Thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for joining me in the last minute. And I'll see you guys, some of you guys in a few minutes, and the rest of you guys next week. Thank you.